Hi, and welcome to Wild Woman. My name is Mary, and I am on a journey of spiritual recovery. And I would like you to follow along with me here on YouTube. I said at the beginning of this year that I was going to make posts for my YouTube channel, my blog, every week. And to be honest, I'm finding that to be a little bit difficult. So, I haven't made a post in a while, I haven't made a video in a while, so I thought I would just kind of give you an update. I don't have anything scripted that I want to talk about, so this is just going to be kind of a ramble today. But here it is, the middle of June. It's a beautiful summer day. I've got the window open for you guys, so hopefully you can hear the beautiful birds that are singing outside. And so, a couple of things I wanted to share with you today. Is a couple of things that I've been trying to work on as part of my spiritual awakening journey and spiritual recovery. I've been trying to get up earlier in the morning to give myself some time for devotional and meditation in the morning and eat a healthy breakfast. And I'm just not a morning person. Just not. I am not a morning person. And so just even getting up a half hour earlier than normal has proven to be quite difficult. I'm really, really struggling with that. So if you have any tips to help me out on how to get up early in the morning for a non-morning person, I'd love for you to leave your tips in the comments section. But I mean, I have tried all the tips that I can think of, things that I can find on the internet. I mean, I've moved my alarm clock across to the other side of the room. I've put some lights up. I've done some journaling and setting multiple alarms. I've tried meditating like right before I go to sleep, thinking about I want to get up earlier in the morning. I want to get up early in the morning. I want to get up early in the morning. And writing out those intentions and really focusing on that intention. I've been trying this for months and I cannot get it down. And I actually, several years ago, when I did The Artist's Way, and some of you may be familiar with that. I talk about it from time to time here. The author of The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron, encourages you to do what she calls morning pages, which is basically stream of consciousness journaling. And she suggests in her book that you do that first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up. So when I went through and did The Artist's Way, I was trying desperately to get up early in the morning to do my morning pages, and ultimately I ended up just doing my journaling at night right before I go to sleep, which actually does work for me because at the end of the day, it's kind of like a brain dump. I just kind of dump all of the things that I've been thinking about, anything that might be bothering me, any stresses from the day, and I just dump that out onto the page, and it actually kind of helps me sleep a little bit. But I would really like to get into the practice of doing like morning prayer and morning meditation time, and maybe even having enough time in the morning to do like a little bit of yoga exercise. But I am really struggling with that. And I'm finding that to be more difficult than I had imagined it would be. I mean, I thought, oh, if I really want to, if I really put my mind to it and just keep setting that alarm every day, it'll start happening. Like I just expect that to start happening at any moment, and it's not, and I'm really frustrated. So that's something that I'm kind of struggling with, and I'm kind of trying to work on it. It's actually getting a little bit better, and from time to time I'm able to get up at my target time. But even even if I have to get out of bed to go across the room, I will still hit the snooze button and back to bed I go. So struggling with that. The other thing I'm struggling with is kind of struggling with my energy level a lot, and I don't know if I want to talk about depression and some of those issues here publicly, but I think maybe if it helps someone else out, if someone sees this video and it helps you out, then maybe it's worth talking about. Energy level, especially when you struggle with depression, can be one of those issues that's hard to manage. Because that's one of the symptoms, is just that low energy, not being interested in doing activities that you would normally be interested in doing, And so I'm trying to observe what's going on in my body, what's going on in my mind, and figuring out the best way to manage that. And I kind of felt like it was maybe just the winter blues, or maybe just that early spring. It was raining a lot, and we had like I think a month pretty solidly of rain here in the Midwest. And we're just now starting to dry out from that. In fact, a lot of areas got some pretty bad flooding. So we were fortunate here where I live that we didn't have any flooding, but um, here it is, middle of June, and we're starting to have warmer weather. We're starting to have longer days. We're almost to the summer solstice, and I'm still not quite feeling back to normal again. So here's my suggestion for myself and for anybody else who's feeling that. If you start to notice that those symptoms of depression are continuing over a long period of time, I think it might be time to go see a therapist, because it's just not getting better. It's just not. I'm not feeling the energy. I'm not wanting to do. I said at the beginning of the year I was going to make these videos, and I was going to do regular practices of prayer and study and meditation and all of those sort of things. And I haven't really been keeping up with that as much as I said I was going to. I'm finding it really difficult to get out of bed in the morning, finding it really difficult to get motivated to even do the things that I enjoy doing. Because there for a while, I thought maybe my trouble getting out of bed is just I'm tired or not getting enough sleep. So I started setting a sleep schedule. So I know I'm getting enough sleep. And even on days, like my days off from work, when I'm doing something or I have planned to do something that I really wanted to do, I still found it hard to get out of bed in the morning. So I'm really struggling with that. I'm really tired. I'm just struggling. So I said from the beginning that I was going to keep this vlog very real and very honest, and I was just going to kind of update you guys on how things are going. And I was really hoping by this point that I would have some really cool insights or some new discoveries to share with you. And what I'm discovering is that the more work I put into it, it is kind of draining to do constant, try to do spiritual work. I've been trying to do some shadow work, digging deep down inside to some of those darker places in the mind, and so that's obviously very emotionally draining. I've also had several deaths of people close to me lately, and that's been really draining and difficult, and just really feeling like I'm in a funk, and I can't quite seem to get out of that funk. So that's really draining. But so there are some good news, some good things to share. I've been reading, I've been active in reading a couple of books that I'm finding inspiring. I am gradually, like a couple of days here and there, making my goal of getting out of bed in the morning, and trying to remain creative, trying to continue to work on my prayer journal, continue to work on my regular journal. And you can see here on my little desk, well, not quite. I've got some journal paper and some things that I've been working on. And so I've been trying to keep the creative level up. Other things that I find that are helpful to me when I'm in a bit of a funk is exercise and manual labor. So I work at a desk all day, so that doesn't give me a lot of opportunity to get up and move around, move my body. So since it is summertime, I've been trying to get some gardening work and some yard work done. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go camping. So I've got that planned, and I've got a vacation planned for later this year for my husband and I. And I'm going to be heading to Montreat next month. So Montreat friends, hope to see you there. I'm excited. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a great week. Seeing friends that I typically only get to see once a year, so I'm excited about that coming up. So there are some positive things. I mean, it's not all negative. It's not all struggle and despair and depression. So some of the other things, I've been journaling about goals and journaling about possible changes that I want to make in my future life. And so really finding some positive things and some goals and things that I really want to aspire to doing, those have been helpful. I mean, really thinking about goals and thinking about aspirations, and meditating before I go to bed and getting some good prayer time in. Those are all things that have been helping to elevate my mood and lift my spirits a little bit. I'm just not feeling quite like where I really want to be at this point in time. So, if you all, whoever you are watching my video, if you are a spiritual or religious type person, my neighbor's yelling at people who are speeding through the neighborhood. It's funny. That's what happens when the window's open. So, all right. Back on track. So, for those of you that are prayerful type of folks, I wish that you would say a little prayer on my behalf and send some good energy, send some good vibes my way. I could really use it. I really hope that the rest of this summer shapes up. And I'm really hoping that going camping and spending some time outdoors and maybe going hiking and will really refresh my spirit and make me ready for the rest of the summer. The summer solstice is coming up, the longest day of the year. Here in the northern hemisphere, it's the summer solstice. So hopefully got some good fun stuff planned to celebrate that big official beginning of the summer and the longest day of the year. So things are looking, some things are up, some things aren't quite as up. So just thought I would ramble on and share that with you guys. So I hope you hit like and subscribe, follow along. I really am gonna try to keep up and make videos every week because it is helpful for me to just verbally say all this stuff out loud. I'm journaling a lot, but saying it out loud, and just kind of getting those things out there does seem to be helpful. So thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe and follow along. I will hopefully be back to a weekly schedule, posting regularly here on YouTube. Have a great evening. Have a great summer.